Alright guys, welcome back to Fully Funded Scholarship. I'm Moses Obarisi. So today we have several scholarships. We have scholarships for master, scholarship for PhD, scholarship even for BSc, that's an undergraduate scholarship. And we equally have a research fellowship for Nigeria, for scholarships in Nigeria, scholarships in South Africa, and a scholarship in the United States. That's the Mandela Fellowship program in the United States. So we are starting from Nigeria, then we'll proceed to South Africa, then we'll go to the United States. So this scholarship in Nigeria is the NNPC OANDO JV Tertiary Scholarship Scheme. So this scholarship is for students. It's a merit scholarship for students, and the deadline for application for this scholarship is 9th of June. And the category, this scholarship is in two categories. It's for host community merit award. That is, if you are a student who is in the higher institution and your community, or you originate from a community that hosts any of these oil producing companies, you are eligible for this scholarship. While the second one is the National Merit Award, is for both host and non-host transit communities. So it means that for the category 2, it means that if you are a student, if you are a Nigerian student studying any course in higher institution, you are eligible for the category 2. So it's a note. It said the aptitude test shall take place at designated centers and to be communicated to applicants at a later date. That means for this scholarship, you are required to take an aptitude test. So it's like a mini examination just to evaluate your level of intellect, or just to kind of evaluate you. Then the second point, applicants shall fully bear the cost of transportation to and fro the aptitude test centers. 3, only shortlisted candidates shall be contacted to participate in the aptitude tests. 4, aptitude tests, applicants with less than 50% overall score in the aptitude test would not be considered. 5, the aptitude test result of all candidates that participate shall be published on the notice board in all our locations. So that's just a brief intro about it. So let's look at eligibility and a requirement. Now, you must be a full-time registered undergraduate student in any tertiary institution in Nigeria. Then 2, certified 100 level student at the time of application. That means you must be in your first year of studies if you are applying for this scholarship. Then 2, it said 200 level students. Note, the following categories of students should not apply. 1, if you are in 200 level, you cannot apply. Then 2, current beneficiaries of similar award from other companies and agency. If you also hold a scholarship from any other agency, you cannot apply for this scholarship. Then another point to know is that only indigenes of NAOC host communities through transit communities in Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, and Imo State should apply for the host communities merit award. Recall that I did mention that the scholarship has 2 categories. We have the one for host communities, and we have another one for the National Merit Award. Then it says only applicants studying engineering, geology, geosciences, and agricultural sciences are eligible for the National Merit Award. So you also take note of that these are the only courses that are eligible to apply for the National Merit Award. Then let's look at how to apply. So to apply, you need the following document. You need a passport photograph with a white background of not more than 6 months old, and it should have a 450 by 450 pixel and not more than 200 kilobytes. Your school ID card is needed, your O-level certificate, maybe which is either your NECO or your West Africa Examination Council certificate. Then your admission letter into the university will also be needed. Then your birth certificate is needed. Proof of local government of origin will be needed. Then letter from community paramount ruler will be needed for host community merit award. Then letter from CDC chairman, only applicants for host communities merit award will also be needed. Alongside your JAMA result will also be needed. So you say you should ensure that documents that during the document upload, you should avoid mixing them up. Maybe you're uploading your results in place of your school ID card. You should avoid all of such for your application to be smooth and successful, and also to get a proper feedback. So these are steps for registration and for creating an account and filling in your necessary documents and the rest of them. So these are the steps that you must follow. So let's proceed to the scholarship and frequently asked questions. So you can just check this page for the frequently asked questions. Unnecessary links will be in the description of this video. So do well to check the link description of this video to get any necessary information that to all the necessary application link and pages that you need to know about these scholarships. So the next one is the South Africa Masters and PhD Scholarship, and this is the National Research Foundation of South Africa Astronomical Observatory Agency. It said the South African Astronomical Observatory, South Africa Astronomical Observatory will award an MSc and PhD scholarship for degrees starting in 2024 to outstanding candidates. The funding will amount to 180,000 rands per year at MSc level and 190,000 per year at PhD level. In addition to this stipend, tuition fees will be covered. General support for travel and equipment will be provided, and options for on-site accommodation can be explored. For more information on working as a student researcher at the SAAO and other funding opportunities, see the student opportunities page. So you can see that this is a scholarship over here at the NROF, National Research Foundation of South Africa. You can see that it's very mouth-watering. It covers a huge sum amount of between 180,000 rands to 190,000 rand for MSc and PhD level respectively. A stipend is paid, the tuition fees is also covered, and a general support for travel and equipment will also be provided by this scholarship agency. So you can see that you should not afford to miss it, especially if you are eligible for this for the respective courses that are there or they are listed there, or this area is your area of specialty. So for you to apply, you need to be ready to start your studies in 2024 at any to start your studies in astrophysics, Masters or PhD in astrophysics at a South African university in 2024 academic year. And ideal candidates must have background in astrophysics. So that's a very important point to note, that for you to be eligible, you must have a background in astrophysics. So the deadline is 31st of July 2023, 31st of July 2023. So currently, from today that this video is dropping, you have over 60 days to put in your application for this scholarship. Okay, it said to apply, send the following documents and nothing else as a single PDF file by email to scholarships@saao.ac.za. A cover letter, CV, and academic transcript. So you need, for this scholarship, you need just basically 3 documents: your cover letter, your CV, and your academic transcript. Those are the 3 major documents that you need for this to apply for these scholarships. I say the subject line of your email. The subject line of your email should contain your surname, the surname of the supervisor of of the project you are applying for, and the level, master's or PhD, at which you are applying. Also arrange to have 2 referees. Send a reference letter directly to scholarships@saao.ac.za by the application deadline and with your name in the subject line. So that's another important thing to consider. Your reference letter should be sent directly to the same email on or before the deadline of the scholarship. So you should be prepared to have contacted whoever that will be a reference or will be providing you with a reference letters. So here are some rules that you must follow for this scholarship. Its applicants must apply to a particular astronomical project offered at the SAAO and discuss their application with their relevant supervisor before applying. Yes, I've talked about on several occasions that applying for a research, any studies that has to do with research, even if it's a third master's, it's better you get a supervisor, discuss your interest with him, then let him know that he will be the one to supervise you before putting in your application. It makes your application easily considered, or is consideration by the university. It makes it easier. So that's what is also stated here. Say you should contact your intended supervisor and later you should have his consent that he'll be the one to supervise you before putting in an application. Yes, it's at most 2 scholarships at either level will be awarded each year, and SAAO reserves the right not to make an award. Funding is limited to 2 years for MSc and 3 years for a PhD. The degree must be completed within this time. So you must understand that this funding, they are kind of restricted to the number of years that your studies or your research must kind of be completed within their frame, within this particular duration. It says shortlisted applicants will be interviewed during August or September, and an offer will be made to the successful candidates by the end of September 2023. Please contact scholarship@saao.ac.za if you have any general questions about the scholarship. Okay, so I did mention some categories of research opportunities for masters and a PhD. So here are a list of projects that research projects are research topics or research teams that you can actually apply to as regard this scholarship. So here are a list of them here. For PhD, we have a project supervisor such as Ross Skelton, and his research project title is the evolution of brightest cluster galaxies with beams. So the university is UCT or NWU. So we have another one, Moses Mogotsi, that's my namesake. And it's a mere choir studies of galaxy interactions in different environments. So these are just for the PhD category. While down below is for the MSc category. It's for the MSc category, so you can see the various topics here. So you can just choose any of them and apply to them accordingly. So here is also a process of how you can put in your application, which I've also highlighted while doing the introduction of the video. Okay, so you can see that this scholarship is quite heavy, it's quite much, and You shouldn't miss it. So that's it for the National Research Foundation SAAO funding opportunity for masters and PhD in South Africa. So let's now move to the United States, which is the Mandela Washington Fellowship Program. So this one is I think I have a video about this on this channel in 2022. It's not too different, just that it's an updated. This will be an updated one for 2023. It said the U.S. Department of State and IREX are seeking academic professional and regional experts to read and score applicants for the 2024 Mandela Washington Fellowship for Young African Leaders. Over the first 9 years of fellowship program, the program received nearly 330,000 applicants from 49 sub-Saharan African countries for approximately 6,500 fellow slots. Your talents and expertise in helping score a high volume of applications are greatly appreciated. Okay. So let's look at your responsibility and reading period. So readers will be responsible for evaluating program applications based on set guidelines and scoring rubric. This is a great volunteer professional development and resume building opportunity for professionals or degree seeking individuals. So the reading period will begin September 14 and will comprise of 3 separate reading phases, each lasting approximately 2 weeks from mid-September through November. Selected readers will be assigned to one of the reading phases to review approximately 40 applications. Each application takes about 10 to 15 minutes to read and score. The total time commitment is estimated at 10 hours. So who is eligible for this? For you to be eligible, ideal readers are academics or professionals with expertise in one of the more fellowship thematic areas, such as business, civic engagement, or public management, or who have experience in working in Africa or sub-Saharan African issue. The U.S. government employees and fellowship alumni are eligible. Applicants for the 2024 fellowships are not eligible to be readers. Okay. So to apply to become a fellowship reader, you can click on this link, which is over here. So here's the link you can click on. So here are the details that you will need, and you can now go ahead you consent to the fact that some of your information will be collected, and you proceed to the next stage. You key in your contact information. You key in your contact information, your first name, last name, email address, alternate email address, and just like that, you continue reading. You continue completing your application till your application is 100% completed. So guys, that's a short one today from a fully funded scholarship. I'm Moses Obarisi. Please, if you've gotten value from this video, please touch the like button, subscribe to this channel, and if you have a question, drop it in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Moses Obarisi. Bye for now.